You blinked and suddenly Saquon Barkley is the talk of the NFL. After an absolutely historic season with the Philadelphia Eagles, he's landed on the cover of Madden. Cue the whispers of the infamous Madden curse. But hey, let's keep the energy high and hope that's nothing more than superstition, because what he delivered in 2024 was straight up legendary. He's turning 28 this season, heading toward 29, and any skeptic will note that running backs tend to age out quickly, but Barkley, he defied expectations, racking up an astounding 2,005 rushing yards and setting the franchise record for the Eagles by Week 13, combined regular season and postseason. And he shattered the NFL record for rushing yards in a single year every time he touched the ball. Your heart stopped, because you knew something big could happen. He delivered 6 60-plus yard touchdowns, a record-setting feat all on its own. He played in 16 of 17 regular season games and then showed up in all for playoff contests, including the Super Bowl, totaling 20 games on the year. In 14 of those outings, he rushed for at least 100 yards in the playoffs. In 3 of the 4 games, he hit that same mark. The numbers are phenomenal. But the impressive part is how those runs came like the hurdle move, a breathtaking escape against the Saints that literally turned the tide of that season and city. So many iconic moments for Saquon, each one a highlight reel staple. Yet here's where the caution flag goes up. With massive workload comes wear and tear. Barkley led the entire NFL with 345 touches, 50 more than his previous career high from 2 years ago when he was still with the Giants. That grind won him Offensive Player of the Year honors. He finished in the top 5 of MVP voting, and some argue he deserved the MVP crown outright, but the sheer volume he carried is a beast unto itself. He's entering year 8 in the league, turning 28 at Super Bowl 59 against the Chiefs. Now, running backs after this many years and with this much mileage often suffer a rapid decline. Heads bobble, legs tighten, and before you know it, they're nowhere near the player they once were. Yet something different is unfolding this offseason. Saquon and the Eagles have taken a new tack. They dug deep, they studied, they strategized to preserve his body and his future. Insider Tim McManus from ESPN revealed it best. Saquon used to watch grinding hill drills from guys like Derrick Henry or elite O-lines like Christian McCaffrey and think, I've got to show that I can match that, sprinting headlong into that same kind of training. But now, following security in a body that carried more carries last year than ever before, he tempered instincts with wisdom. He's surrounded by voices of experience, Eagles coaches, veteran mentors, even Hall of Fame backs like Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James. Their message: hit harder on medications and recovery, dial back the load, let the body recharge its reserves. And Saquon echoed it himself: the majority of days mobility, conditioning, get your body right to perform at a high level. It's telling that his message shifted from, I feel like I did last year, to the affirming, my body feels great. That right there is the news. They're treating this offseason as a bridge, not a sprint. But practical decisions back theory. Instead of diving into camp fully ready to explode in week 1, Saquon is strategically pacing himself, allowing those early weeks to build fitness, not test his limits. All this care is backed by a contract that cemented his place, a historic extension, making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. With that weight not just on his pads but in expectations, load management becomes more than a buzzword. From here on, it's about balance. Keep him explosive without wiping him out. Saquon's legacy, it's already legendary for his highs, but those came during dark days with the Giants sore when injuries sidelined him. Now, with a cleaner health slate, a supportive Eagles ecosystem, and that vault of experience around him, he's aiming for more than one peak season. He's chasing longevity. He's spoken it himself. I want to be the best running back to ever play. Big words, but when you watch what he's done, they start to feel inevitable. It's not just about repeating what happened in 2024, though. Even mimicking that may be unrealistic. It's about recalibrating for seasons 3, for more years at this level. Because staying on the field, staying healthy, staying dynamic, that means the Eagles remain perennial contenders. With Saquon, their Super Bowl window doesn't just open, it stays open. This offseason may mark a chess move, not a checkers one. And for Eagles fans dreaming of dynasty, it could change everything. While the spotlight naturally falls on Saquon Barkley's explosive stats and high-octane plays, what truly separates this version of Barkley is his evolution from just a phenomenal athlete to a strategic professional. This offseason isn't about hype videos or viral workout montages, it's about precision. about preservation, and about preparing to dominate not just in one season but over multiple campaigns. That's a shift you don't often see in running backs, especially those who have already achieved individual glory. Most fade chasing one more highlight. Barkley is aiming to extend his prime, and the numbers back this transformation. Historically, running backs entering year 8, especially those with the volume of carries Barkley has, start to see a dramatic drop in efficiency, yet Barkley's approach, supported by medical science and influenced by some of the smartest minds in football, flips that narrative. He's not pushing his body to its edge. He's programming it to endure. That's why his conversations with names like Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James weren't just symbolic. These are guys who have been through the grind, who know how quickly a running back can become expendable if the body gives out. Their input reinforced what Barkley already suspected. He needed to work smarter, not harder, inside the Eagles' facility. That shift has been embraced top-down. Head coach Nick Sirianni and running backs coach Jamel Singleton have built a custom approach around Saquon that monitors every rep, every mile logged on the field, every ounce of recovery built in. And that sort of buy-in from an organization is rare, but it's also a reflection of how much they believe in what Barkley brings to the table, not just on the stat sheet, but as a culture setter in the locker room and a game changer on Sundays. Even with that faith, the risk is always there, no matter how carefully he trains or how methodically he's ramped up in camp. Football is a brutal sport, but that's what makes this also fascinating, because Saquon isn't backing away from the physical side of the game. He's not softening, he's sharpening. He's using knowledge, self-awareness, and strategic support to make sure that his best football might still be in front of him. And that potential is terrifying for every defense he's about to face. And let's not forget what he's playing for. The Eagles didn't just make him the highest paid back in league history for sentiment. They believe he's the final piece in their push to build a dynasty. Their offense is stacked, their defense is retooled. And with Saquon acting as both a weapon and a stabilizer in that backfield, Philadelphia believes they can control tempo, dictate terms, and wear down opponents in the postseason again. His presence forces defenses to account for the unexpected every single play. That's not just about running lanes or rushing stats, it opens up the entire offense. Jalen Hurts benefits. The offensive line, already one of the best in the league, gets even more powerful when they're not forced into pass protection every down. Even the receivers eat off Saquon's gravity because safeties get pulled down into the box. Linebackers get frozen by his cuts, and defensive coordinators lose sleep trying to figure out how to slow him down without giving up bombs over the top. This is where Barkley's ambition starts to feel less like talk and more like prophecy. Because when he says he wants to be the greatest ever, you can hear that it's not bluster, it's belief. He knows he's playing from behind in the legacy conversation. He knows injuries and bad Giants teams may have stolen some of his early career momentum, but he's still got time, he's still got juice, and more than ever, he's got the team around him to make it count. If he can keep putting up numbers even in the realm of what he did in 2024, he enters a new tier of conversation. Maybe not the all-time greatest yet, but certainly among the most impactful modern backs we've seen. Guys like Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk, they all had stretches of dominance. Barkley's now had his, but if he can extend it, that's where Hall of Fame careers are forged. It also shifts how teams think about the running back position. In a league that's moved toward devaluing the spot, Barkley is the outlier, the exception that challenges the rule. His performance and his ability to stay healthy under this new model could influence front offices, training regimens, and even contract negotiations across the NFL. If the Eagles succeed in preserving his explosiveness into his late 20s and early 30s, Barkley becomes a template, not a cautionary tale. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers circulating around the NFL suggest a seismic shift could be on the horizon, with Philadelphia Eagles defensive lineman Milton Williams potentially making a surprising jump to the New England Patriots. While nothing is confirmed, the mere possibility has sent ripples through both fan bases. Sources close to the situation, speaking on condition of anonymity, indicate that Williams, a disruptive force on the Eagles' defensive front, might be exploring options outside of Philadelphia. The New England Patriots, under the strategic eye of Bill Belichick, are reportedly keen to bolster their defensive line. and Williams' name has emerged as a prime target. Imagine the impact. Williams, known for his versatility and ability to penetrate opposing backfields, joining a Patriots defense that thrives on stout run defense and relentless pressure. It's a tantalizing prospect for New England fans envisioning Belichick deploying Williams in various schemes to wreak havoc. For Eagles faithful, however, the idea of losing such a key component of their defense would be a bitter pill to swallow. This isn't a done deal by any stretch. Contract negotiations, cap space, and Williams' own preferences would all play a significant role. But the buzz is undeniable. Could this be the next big splash of the offseason? A move that redefines the defensive landscape for both conferences. Only time will tell if this rumor evolves into a full-blown bombshell, but for now, the possibility of Milton Williams in a Patriots uniform is certainly keeping the NFL world talking. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.